The Arcturian Group via Marilyn Raffaele, April 19, 2026. At this time, those choosing to remain in old programming as well as those choosing to evolve into the higher frequencies are experiencing the outer effects of the intense high resonating energy that is now flowing to Earth and exposing the lies, negativity, control, power struggles, and manipulations that have long been considered normal on Earth. Two timelines are unfolding and becoming increasingly apparent. One timeline is moving toward a better, more progressive, and evolved three-dimensional world, while the other is moving beyond the three-dimensional world and into a fifth-dimensional one. Spiritual evolution is different for every individual because it builds and unfolds from each person's past life experiences, choices, lessons learned and still needing to be learned, willingness to change, desire for spiritual knowledge, and the person's higher self. Many have not yet attained a level of consciousness able to energetically align with the higher frequencies and need more time in Earth school. This is why it never helps another or is loving to push spiritual pearls onto those who are simply unable to align with, understand, or value them. You who are drawn to mysticism and the deeper truths most likely came to this incarnation having already done the spiritual work necessary for ascension. Many of you were involved with some organized religion or other practices that played an important part in your life because you wanted to clear all remaining old energy in this lifetime. In order to do this, a soul will incarnate into a family dynamic of the energy that the person wants to clear. Rigid religious beliefs, alcoholism, abuse, etc., which serves to reactivate the particular energy they no longer wish to carry. There is usually a period of time in which the person lives this energy, and then wakes up and permanently clears it. This is why the earlier years for many who are very spiritually evolved play out as if they were not very evolved. Consciousness does not and cannot regress to an earlier, less evolved state, although it has been tried by some in an attempt to return to easier times. You were chosen to be on Earth at this time as part of Earth's ascension process because your state of consciousness allows you to hold the higher frequencies that are necessary for Earth's collective consciousness to open toward ascension. The chaos of today's outer scene is the clash between incoming high-frequency energy and the already well-established dense energies of separation that have long enjoyed control on Earth. Higher frequencies are being felt by those on all levels of awareness, which is allowing many to begin questioning authority, recognizing the need for better ways of living, and feeling the sense of empowerment needed to work toward attaining these things. Mankind as a whole is at a level of readiness for higher truth, which is what allowed the ascension process to begin. Things are going to become increasingly more heated and chaotic in the next few months, but know that the exposure of worldwide manipulations, greed, control, etc. is necessary for opening the hearts and minds of those still choosing to live in the three-dimensional dream. Planet Earth and all life on her are spiritual ideas in divine mind, which makes them permanent and unchangeable, held in place by divine law. This reality cannot be changed or dismissed as being nonsense through the denials, ignorance, false teachings, doctrine, rules and regulations, laws, controls, or any of the activities of those attempting to keep the collective in ignorance of their true divine selfhood. Listen to and trust your intuition with regard to outside information, because even though there are many high-resonating and spiritually evolved light workers channeling truth and giving guidance at this time, there are also fake channels and messages. These so-called channels promote fear, protections you need, and guide you toward old three-dimensional concepts while being packaged in spiritual formats created to look as being from Jesus or some saint, but in reality are created by those attempting to suppress collective awakening. Feel the energy of a message or channel. Does it lift or lower? Is it based in oneness and love or separation? Follow those you know are working from a high level. Stay informed, but let your intuition guide you. Everything is being overseen by higher dimensional beings and evolved extraterrestrials who can step in to prevent human actions that would affect not only Earth, but other planets as well. Nuclear. Benevolent brothers and sisters from other planets cannot yet expose themselves because the collective consciousness is not yet ready. Those opposing mankind's awakening would simply promote the idea that Earth was being attacked. Be alert to staged events meant to promote and encourage fear, because a great deal of lies and false staging is presently taking place. Learn to read between the lines. Some of you have attained a level of consciousness where you must choose whether to continue identifying with the false three-dimensional sense of yourself or accept and align with your real self. Those seeking to move beyond lifetimes of false programming and the hypnotism of third-dimensional state of consciousness must at some point be and live from the reality of being an individualization of God and all that that encompasses. It means being willing to leave behind the generally accepted but false belief system that has long governed one's life and allowing the I Am to be the governor creating and expressing itself in, as, and through you. It means leaving behind many familiar, comfortable, and universally accepted beliefs. It often means seeing family and friends fall away. It means being willing to experience the dark night of the soul as long-held old energies move through you physically, emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually as they clear, and often means feeling sad and lonely as the past whispers, I am gone. Stepping into mysticism is not for the faint-hearted, or those hoping to do it with one foot in both worlds, still praying to a God outside of themselves, considering themselves to be just human, and believing that oneness is an unattainable myth. As a person begins to identify with and accept themselves as God/divine consciousness individualized, they realize that the old self must get out of the way in order for the real self to become the creator creating expressions of itself through them. It is allowing your real self be the planner, creator, healer, and fixer of every facet of your life in the realization that it is self-sustained, self-maintained, complete, and ceaselessly in expression as infinite form and variety. Creation never has and never will cease. Allowing your real self to be the creator frees you from trying to control everything through fruitless attempts to make everything be what three-dimensional concepts say they must be in order to be right. It allows you to let go of plotting, planning, and scheming with regard to every aspect of your life and realize that God is now, always has been, and will forever be the omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient reality of you. I become the observer of my real self expressing itself through what has been my false sense of self. This is a process that does not happen overnight. Truth must be practiced. As we have said many times, an intellectual knowledge of truth is only the first step toward attaining the consciousness of it. Consciousness is creative, not mind. Practice means taking time to go within and listen throughout the day. It means remembering underlying realities and deeper truths even when needing to take human footsteps. God knows and acknowledges only the fullness of itself. Many of you are ready to no longer sit at the feet of spiritual masters, but to get up, join, and sit next to them. We are the Arcturian group, April 19th, 26.